Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And baby, I'm at the drive-through. I had to come get me a little piece of coffee and a little piece of dessert. Um, anyways, before we get into hot topics, because it's a mess that's going on, I want to talk about Chris Brown and Tamika Mallory. But before we get into that, I want to touch back on Kelly Rowland for a second. Um, I, I'm not even a Kelly Rowland stan like that. Okay, I'm a fan of Kelly Rowland. I'm a fan of her music. Um, But the whole thing that happened at the Today Show, the alleged incident where Kelly Rowland, the word on the curb was Kelly Rowland was upset at the dressing room that was set aside for her and her team. And once she saw, how they were going to accommodate her, honey, she got her keys, she got her purse, hey, she got her car keys, and girl, she punched it. She's like, girl, oh, girl, baby, no, not me, not me. That's what she said. And Kelly told her people, girl, let's go. And so they left. And of course, this conversation has now been started about Kelly Rowland being a diva, and all that stuff, right? She thinks she's Beyonce. Who does she think she is? One, I think that the incident did happen. Two, I think that the powers that be, whether they're at the Today Show or the people who are working to shift the narrative of the story, are going into overtime to make this not necessarily the Today Show handling their talent in a disrespectful way, but now it's become a Kelly Rowland versus J Lo. Oh, she's just mad because she wanted because J Lo got her dressing room. J Lo got Kelly's dressing room. That's why Kelly is upset. When that's not the story, girl. Even if J Lo had the dressing room that Kelly was supposed to have, I don't think it would matter who was in the dressing room. You see what I'm saying? So it's not the Kelly versus the only two people I could see Kelly saying, "Okay, girl, just let her have the room, or we can share." It's probably Beyonce and Michelle, her sisters. Other than that, it could have been anybody. I could still see Kelly Rowland or her team or both having an issue. It's not the person; it's the fact that, girl, this was supposed to accommodate me and my team. So now instead of the story being the Today Show dropped the ball with Kelly Rowland, and I feel as though more than likely they probably knew ahead of time that this is what Kelly Rowland is expecting. And when she got there, they said, "Girl, this is what you gonna have." And Kelly said, "Not today." Let me get my stuff, y'all. Hold up. I guess I ain't gonna say nothing. Welcome to service. Give us one moment and we will take your order shortly. Thank you so much. I already placed my order anyways. Um. So, anyways, now it becomes the story, the narrative has shifted. Hey, I actually placed a mobile order online for Rodney. What was the name? Rodney. For Rodney? Yeah, we'll see at the window. Okay, thank you. Definitely. All right. Um. So the story has shifted, and now people have this thing. Somebody sent me a message saying that Bethany Frankel is now online. I guess calling Kelly Rowland a diva. Bethany, you shut up. You shut up, Bethany. You always got something to say. I mean, I guess I always got something to say too, but you always got something to say. Because if this was one of those white women down there, you would probably be having a back. Shut up, Bethany. We know you're not loyal because you're the same ones who didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of before you got down to Bravo, and look how you throw them under the bus. You act like you ain't need Bravo. That's what I meant to say. Not necessarily throwing them under the bus, but girl, from what they say, Bethany ain't have nothing prior to okay, I'm back. Um but yeah, now the story has shifted and Bethany even though somebody told me Bethany Frankel came out and was talking about I guess Kelly Rowland is a diva. Bethany, you shut up. um J Lo is J Lo, Kelly is Kelly. We ain't even gotta talk about J Lo. I think people think because Kelly is not, as far as superstardom, on the same level as Beyonce, therefore she should just be satisfied with what she gets. I think that some people think that because Kelly Rowland um, music career wasn't as some people, I guess, depending on your level of success, would say it's not as successful as Beyonce's, right? That she should just sit down and be quiet. While Kelly Rowland may not have been this big bona fide superstar over here, Kelly ain't never stopped getting no checks across them waters, baby. And I know that to be factual. Kelly Rowland has always worked. I think that's how the whole when she started to get into the whole house, techno, EDM sound, I think that's how that came about because she was overseas working, I think. Don't quote me on that, I think. But to act like Kelly Rowland, who is one of the members, the OGs, okay, of one of the biggest girl selling groups in the world, girl, you she comes to your show. Let me say this: if they invited me down to the to the Today Show, I got my retainer in. Sorry, to the Today Show, and they said, Rodney, your segment starts at 11:30. It's going to be from 11:30 to 11:45. Go sit in the break room. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go sit my ass in the break room. Okay. I don't have no resume like Kelly Rowland or the other girls to be going into the Today Show having demands and requests. So, girl, yes, I'm gonna go into the Today Show and I'm gonna go sit wherever they tell me to sit my black ass down. Okay. So they said, girl, go sit your ass in the break room. We're gonna call you when we're ready. I'm gonna say, okay, girl, just let me know when y'all ready. But that's not Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland has an impressive resume where she can go in and demand and request certain accommodations. I'm sorry. And that's with any job, quiet as it's kept. It's just not Kelly Rowland. If you are that girl at your job, girl, you can even have some requests, okay, on what you're going to deal with and what you're not going to deal with. Kelly Rowland is one of the girls. So if all she's requesting is a decent dressing room, girl, that's the most that you could do. That's the least that you could do. And this is coming from someone who we know we don't hear stories about Kelly Rowland. Not to say there are not stories out there or things that have not happened, but we don't hear things about Kelly Rowland. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. I think that I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think that when it comes to black women, they are expected to just shut up. Whether we're talking about Monique, whether we're talking about Taraji P. Henson, Kelly Rowland, there are examples for a lot of those women, especially in Hollywood. Not even just Hollywood, just in any job, where if they start to expect to be treated a certain way, or if they start to have um, expectations, it's almost like, who are you? Because even if one of the white girls, who probably not even a big bona fide superstar, who probably ain't had no movie out in 10 years, they would probably accommodate that white woman. But because it's Kelly Rowland, y'all want to get in the comments talking about, and this is even coming from some of the black girls and black boys I see online. Who are you? Bitch, who are you? Bitch, I'm Calandria Rowland from Houston, Texas. Destiny's Child member. Solo artist. That we know that's the truth, y'all. We know that they are expected to just deal with it and shut up. And what we give you is what we give you, and you're gonna be satisfied. And I feel like that's partly what's happening with Kelly Rowland and this whole dressing room debacle. I really do. I really do feel that way. It would be one thing. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It would be one thing if Kelly was this struggling artist and they started some type of segment on the show to showcase local talent of the New York City area or whatever. And then Kelly came in talking about, baby, I need a big drink. And they'll be like, girl, hold on. Hello. Hello, is your mobile order? Yes, for Rodney. Thank you. And here you go. Can I have a straw and some napkins? Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Napkins, have a great one. Girl, they love trying to give a bitch a drink without a straw and some napkins. Girl, you don't give me a straw? Shit. Anyways, I'm gonna go this way today. I just feel that's what it is. Like if Kelly was some like if this was just like a showcase for regular talent, and girl, you go into the building trying to have all these demands, I would look at you crazy too. Like, girl, who are you? Girl, you don't sit your ass down. Girl, what's going on? Um, I would say, girl, if you don't sit your ass down and be still and hush, right? That's what I would say to the person. Where is that? Where is that Walgreens? It's a Walgreens over here. I don't know where it's at. I thought it was this way. Oh, I know where it's at. I was gonna sit in the parking lot and run my mouth and talk about some people. Um, long story short, girl, I just think that Kelly, when you have a resume, you can go into a certain place, a certain establishment, and you can make some requests and demands. And you know what I'm saying? And if you don't, then you can't. I don't have this extensive resume. So if somebody gives me a shot or says, Rodney, we want you to come into our show and do a segment, I can't go into the building talking about this is what I'm gonna do and this is what I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna take my ass in now. They're gonna tell me where I'm gonna sit. Girl, I'm gonna sit my ass down and then I'm gonna be quiet. And then I'm gonna come back and tell y'all, girl, guess what happened to me today? Okay. And I'm gonna be happy. Because if I was this big time media personality who been in the game for X amount of years and girl, I got the resume to back it up, then I could probably go into an establishment and say, yeah, that's not what we're doing today, baby. That's not what I'm doing. I don't know who y'all think I am. Okay. But I can't do that right now. But shout out to Kelly Rowland. Shout out to Kelly Rowland. I'm not mad at it. You're not putting me in no shoebox. And like I said, girl, in order for Kelly Rowland to walk out of the Today Show, they had to have that lady in a broom closet. They had to. They had to. They had Calandra in a broom closet. And Calandra said, bitch, do you know who I am? And then they tried to make it seem as though it was a Kelly versus J-Lo. It ain't about no J-Lo. I don't give a damn who was in that room. That's supposed to be my room. Hey, J-Lo girl, this ain't got nothing to do with you. Girl, it could have been Sofia Vergara. Girl, it could have been Nikki. It could have been Rihanna. I don't give a damn who in the room. The point is that was supposed to be for me. How am I the one who's scheduled to co-host a segment? J-Lo just here to promote something for a couple of minutes and she gone. How am I the one who's supposed to be here to promote us to work for like I guess a whole hour? Girl, boo. Oh, girl, there's too much going on over here. Oh, girl, girl, I can't sit in this parking lot, y'all. There go the cops. Y'all see them cops? Mm-mm. Y'all see them? Hold up. Under there. Now y'all see them. Mm-mm. We're going to have to find somewhere else to sit, baby. That's exactly why I was going to park, too, right underneath that tree. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Let me get about this parking lot before I end up dead. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Let me get up out this parking lot, baby. But y'all see me on the news with a white sheet over my body. I ain't did nothing to nobody. Okay? Then what was he doing? Girl on the phone talking mess. Girl, that's why he got shot, yeah, because he big and black. That's really what it is. But they don't want to say it. They're gonna say he was talking mess to the police officers when he was really just online talking shit like he always do to his cousins. Being a messy bitch, okay? Girl, let me find somewhere to park y'all. I'll call y'all back. I don't know what's going on. All right. So I think that multiple things can be true at the same time. You know, I say that all the time. Multiple things can exist at the same time. So Chris Brown speaks out after he was told that he couldn't play in the NBA Celebrity All-Star game. This is some of what he had to say. I was asked by the NBA to play in the to play in the All-Star game this year, only for them to call later and say they couldn't do it because of their sponsors like Ruffles. At this point, I'm sick of people bothering me and I'm tired of living in the effing past. I posted the email so y'all could see. The NBA still was trying to get me to come and sit courtside, not effing happening. And then he put some stuff on his store. I only go where I'm appreciated. Let me just start off by saying this. In all fairness, is it messed up that, like, girl, on some real stuff, we know Chris Brown's past. The NBA, y'all know Chris Brown's past. Girl, the present, and maybe even the future. Y'all knew that it probably wasn't a good idea to ask him because there would be sponsors out there who would not want to be associated with Chris Brown. So just stop asking the boy to do stuff. It's kind of like with the whole, remember he was supposed to do the whole Michael Jackson tribute, but then I think at the Grammys like a couple of years ago, it was at some award show, I can't remember. And then they pulled out, and it's kind of like it is like a tug and pull, right? So I get that it comes across as unfair because it's like in that aspect, right? Because you know that sponsors or people are going to have something to say. So just don't even put him on the. Just don't even mention his name as one of the possibilities to participate in whatever you got going on. Can Chris Brown do it? No, you already know the people don't want Chris Brown on. Okay, girl. But y'all ask him to come, and then he gets there, and then y'all tell him, "Oh, you can't play because the people gonna be mad." So I can see how that would upset me too. Because again, stop acting like you don't know Chris Brown's past, present, and maybe even future. Now, this is the part where I start to get confused and I start to side-eye the people. So Tamika Mallory comes out and this is what she had to say. On this issue, brands have every right to choose who they do or don't want to work with in situations surrounding DV, SA, etc., etc. I have questions for our community, especially our women. Does there come a point when a younger person who did something wrong gets to move forward, or do we hold them to their actions forever? Does it matter that Rihanna, the victim, moved on? Should we pick up the ball and run with it? Is there something Chris Brown should be doing or should have done to earn back the respect of the people? How should we talk to our young people about redemption or the absence of such? These are not rhetorical questions. I really want to get a sense of how people genuinely feel. And let me say up front, I don't follow Chris Brown news, so I don't know all the details. My intention is to provoke a conversation that's bigger than one person. Well, the first thing is this. I don't if you want to provoke a conversation that's bigger than one person, you don't have to use Chris Brown's name. You could have just came to the internet and said, "Hey, I have a question, y'all. If we do something when we're younger, when when should we be forgiven? Full blank, full stop. You ain't have to bring up Chris Brown's name. You didn't have to. This is what I don't like. Do I still listen to Chris Brown's music? Yes, I do. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. But I'm also not in denial of what Chris Brown has done, what the allegations are, what they say, girl, how he acts when he gets to certain places. I am sick and tired of people acting as if the Rihanna situation was a one and done. Chris Brown been hell's on wheels since the Rihanna situation. Go ask Carucci in a restraining order. I think that just expired probably a few months back. Hello? We know that everything that we hear or see online is not always the truth, right? There are too many stories surrounding Chris Brown since the Rihanna situation for there not to be some truth in some of those stories. I think that when people try and act like the last thing that Chris Brown did was the Rihanna situation, I think at that point you're playing stupid. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Because that wasn't the last time. The last time that something happened. It wasn't. Did Chris Brown's career suffer in a way where he probably lost money, endorsements? Yes, as it should have. Because we're not going to act like Chris Brown is out here dancing on the corner either. Chris Brown is okay. Did he become this mega superstar that people probably thought he was going to become? Not like on a Michael Jackson level, because they kept saying he was going to be the next Michael Jackson. No. But Chris Brown is still doing okay. Even with all of the allegations and accusations and all that surrounding his name, Chris Brown is still doing just fine. Okay, he ain't get to play at the NBA All-Star Super. Girl, Chris Brown is still booking out arenas and still going on tour. And people are still paying thousands of dollars to do meet and greets. Chris Brown is okay. Someone put online, let me read the comment. Someone put Dr. Dre, Mike Tyson, Mel Gibson, Nicolas Cage, Chad Johnson, Terrence Howard, Miles Bridges, John Singleton, Floyd Mayweather, Jason Kidd, Randy Moss, Fabulous, all had multiple DV incidents over the age of 30 and never negatively impacted their career for a long period of time. Chris' incident happened at 17. I don't think he was on 17, and he held accountable for the rest of his life. Shaking my head. I'm gonna go ahead and say the thing you ain't supposed to say. I think that every situation is important. It doesn't matter who the man, woman, person is. The truth of the matter is, those people who you just named didn't go upside the head of one of the biggest superstars in the world. If Chris Brown had put his hands on Keisha from around the block, people probably would have more than likely forgot about it a long time ago. But Chris Brown didn't put his hands and knock a bitch head between the washer and dryer named Keisha. Girl, he put his hands and knocked a bitch named Rihanna head between the washer and dryer. And that's exactly why it's going to always follow him. That story between Rihanna and Chris Brown ain't going to never leave neither one of them. It don't matter if Chris Brown get married tomorrow and have 17,000 kids. It don't matter that Rihanna has moved on, got a whole new family, a baby daddy who probably about to go to jail. Girl, 2 kids and probably another one on the way. That's always going to be a part of Chris Brown's and Rihanna's story. You cannot put your hands on Good Girl Gone Bad Riri and think that it's going to be a one and done and it's over. And people ain't going to never talk about it. The men who you named, I guess they put their hands on the right woman. That's why people don't care, because those girls are not those girls, those women are not Rihanna. That's why the story continues to follow Chris Brown. I just don't, like I said, girl. We could all support Chris Brown, listen to his music, but girl, stop being intellectually dishonest about what's happened with Chris Brown since the Rihanna situation. That was not a one and done. That was not a one and done. And Tamika Mallory, you don't have to keep up with Chris Brown news to know that. And if you don't keep up with Chris Brown news before you got on your large ass platform and came down to the internet, basically putting your cape on to defend Chris Brown, you probably should have said, well, let me just Google and see has something happened or what the people have said about Chris Brown since the Rihanna incident. One thing about it, two things for sure, three things for certain, y'all gonna die on the hill over a nigga who ain't shit. Because how many times? Because how many times has Chris Brown put his cape on to come to come protect Tamika Mallory? I remember when all that mess was going on with Tamika Mallory being disrespected by somebody. I don't remember none of these niggas coming forward to have Tamika's back. Do y'all? Because I don't. I'm tired of y'all getting on. I'm tired of y'all getting online lying. So you can feel. So you could. This is what happens. Y'all get online, not y'all, but y'all. Y'all get online lying about what has transpired with Chris Brown throughout his career, throughout his life since the Rihanna situation. So you feel okay with supporting Chris Brown. Instead of just saying, I know the nigga is a mess. I know he been hell on wheels. Yes, I still listen to his music from time to time. Or yes, I still listen to his music, but I'm not no fool. I'm not gonna sit here and deny that the people been saying he been hell on wheels even after the Rihanna situation. That's not what y'all do. Y'all try and act like these things have not happened. Y'all try and act like that Karuchi did not have a restraining order against Chris Brown just I think last year sometime. Y'all try and act like those things don't happen. They did not happen. In order for you to feel okay to sit in your support of Chris Brown, just support the nigga. It's okay. And this coffee is so good.